Hello, everybody. Jason with Learn Survive. Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, take care of yourself, and more importantly, take care of one another. And I hope you all are taking the proper steps to stay cool in this heat wave that is gripping the entire world right now. So, I have a friend that currently lives in the UK. She's from here in the United States. I went to school with her. She contacted me this morning and said, it's really hot here. There's really no such thing as air conditioners here in the UK. I mean, where she's at in London, only 2 to 3% of the houses have air conditioners, and to find an air conditioner in the best of times over there, when their average summer temperature is 72 to 75 degrees on the very high end, um, you don't find many air conditioners. And now with this heat wave, trying to find one, you'd probably have a better chance of finding the Holy Grail. It's just what she could do to help lower the temperature in her apartment, make it a little bit cooler, hopefully a little more tolerable, and what she could do to cool off and get a better night's sleep. And this is a video I never thought about doing, so Angie, thank you for contacting me and giving me the idea for this video. So the first thing I told her is windows. Windows is a big problem in any house, especially when it's hot. You have that sun beating through that glass, and it has a greenhouse effect. If you think of a greenhouse that grows plants in the winter, how the sun comes through the glass and heats up and keeps it warm in there. So I told her should be able to go to just about any hardware store and find these boards that are covered with this mylar material, thick mylar material, like they use on the car sunscreens that they put up that reflect the heat out. You buy a board of that, you cut it, fit your windows, put it up. That's going to reflect out 100% of the sun and about 95 to 98% of the heat. And the reason it don't do 100% of the heat is because those actually do get warm. And when they get warm, heats up the air a little bit, but not much. Not like having just a window, whether it's open or closed, and that sun beating through it and intensifying, heating up your house. I have this on my windows, and it does make a big difference. If you can't find that board, you can use Mylar blankets. I do not recommend the $2-3 cheap Mylar space survival blankets. They do work, but it is of my opinion that they don't work as well as something like the UST survival blanket. Now, the UST survival blanket is Mylar on one side and tarp, like a polyurethane tarp on the other. So it's basically a polyurethane tarp with this material glued and stitched to it. You can cut them to fit your windows or just hang them up on your windows and tack them down, reflect the heat out, and it's going to do the same thing. If you can't find either one of them, but you can only find cheap Mylar blankets, your best bet with that is to take the Mylar blanket and poster boards or cardboard. Cut the cardboard to fit your window. Use spray adhesive that you can get at craft shops that are for like scrapbooking and shit that don't have the acetone and stuff in it. That's going to affect the Mylar. Spray it on the cardboard, put that on it, let it dry, cut it out, do it that way. That gives it a stiffer backing. And because those Mylar survival blankets are so thin, it's not going to let the heat penetrate through the Mylar. It's going to block more of it out. Very simple. These methods are very cheap. I think the insulation board I'm talking about is about $35-40 a sheet. The UST blankets, they're about $12 a piece. So, I mean, it's a little more expensive. If you're going to go the cheap Mylar blanket route, the price of poster board, cardboard, anything like that, couple bucks for the blanket, $5 for the glue. So, depending on how many windows you have is going to make a difference in price. And doing this does actually help your air conditioners run more efficiently because it actually does bring down the temperature in the house, blocking off your windows like that at 10, 15 degrees, sometimes 20 degrees. If you don't have an air conditioner, what can you do to keep cool other than fans? One of the things that you can do is take a towel, wet it, wring it out, lay it across your body with a fan blowing on you. This works similar to how a swamp cooler works, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. You can take ice bottles of water, freeze them, put them on something behind the fan, and let that air, as it's drawing into the fan, run across those bottles of frozen water, the ice, and it cools off the air rather than just having hot air blown on you. Will this cool down a room? Definitely not, but if you're sitting in front of the fan and relatively close, it does cool off the air that's coming through that fan enough that you can feel a difference, and it does help cool you down quicker and keep you cooler than just a fan circulating warm air on you. Another thing you can do is a swamp cooler. Now, I don't have one. I've built them before, but I don't have one that I've built currently. And there's many videos on YouTube that show you how to make them, and they're very easy to make. They're very cheap to make. They can cost you anywhere from $5 to $25 to make, depending on if you have any of the parts lying around. But basically, all it is styrofoam cooler, couple holes cut in it for elbow pipes, and then a hole cut in the middle for a fan. And you put frozen jugs of water in it, or you put ice in it, and run that fan, blow through. The average temperature of the air coming out of that's about 65 degrees. Will it cool off a room? Probably not. I've never tried to cool off a room, or a room that I could feasibly seal off, that like a bedroom. But if you build one of these, you got it on your table next to the bed at night, it's going to blow nice cool air on you. And there are many videos on YouTube. There's even one where a guy's improved on the idea of the cooler swamp air conditioner, and it got the air coming out of it as low as 41 degrees, just putting the frozen jugs in it or ice in it. The average air temperature that's going to come out of that's about 65 degrees. The way he built a little elevated platform and put pipes on the elbows used for the vents all the way down, and the way he did it got the air coming out of it about 42 degrees. So it does going to make a difference. It's going to cool off the room a few degrees, but the main point of it is to cool you off. And using one of these, the ice in it's going to last about 5 hours before you have to dump it and put new ice in, or new water jugs in that are frozen, and put your old ones back in the freezer. But it does make a difference. As far as being outside and working, having to go to work or anything like that, this is a sticky one. Of course, we all know, stay hydrated. But an hour before you go to work, you should really drink 4 to 5 cups of water an hour before you head out. That gets that in your system. So as you're sweating and you're losing that, you're still putting more in. It does really help hold off dehydration and keep you from getting dehydrated as fast as if you drink 4 to 5 cups of water 2 hours before going out and doing anything strenuous, going to work, or anything like that. So you're got that in you, and as you're working and you're drinking water, you're just now replacing what you've lost that you've already had in you. Less chance of dehydration, helps keep the body cooler. A lot of benefits to it. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, because I know it's hot for a lot of people, and a lot of my viewers may not have air conditioners and are trying to stay cool, and will run across this and watch it for reasons that maybe will help them out. And I'm going on 10 minutes on this video, so I will talk to you guys later. Please stay safe. Take care of yourself in this heat. Don't be going out and being stupid in it. Stay cool. If you're fortunate enough to be able to take a day off work, do so, especially this weekend. If you're in my area, we're going to be like 116, so, just be cool, stay safe, and take care of yourself. I'll talk to you guys later.